Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Battle Report. I am Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from Savannah Lion Games in Pooler, Georgia, where I will be fighting a 2,000-point battle between my Dark Angels and Cosper's Demons of Khorne. So the story that we've got going on here is that this planet was having trouble. There was a rebellion that had risen up, led by a chaos cult that had risen up and was trying to overthrow the government, and the local PDF was having trouble with it, so they called in for assistance, and the Dark Angels were sent to go assist them in rooting out the problem and taking out the rebels. And they were doing so, crushing them and pushing them back. But as the rebels and the cultists were falling back to their last stands, a cabal within the cult performed a dark ritual and summoned forth the demons of Khorne and opened up a rift into the warp and outpoured a blood legion of Khorne demons that came flooding out and covering this planet. And the Dark Angels hunkered down, sent down reinforcements to hold it off until more assistance could be summoned to come assist them in taking it down. So that's the story that we've got going on here. We are going to be playing Frontline Warfare, which is a mission from Chapter Approved. Essentially what it is there's 4 objectives. We got one back here in my deployment zone, 1, 2 in the middle here, and then there's one right under there in the back there. Each of those objectives will be scored at the end of the game, and they are worth 1 point if it's in your deployment zone, 2 points if it's in the middle, and 4 points if it's in your opponent's deployment zone, if you control it at the end of the game. So, yeah, pretty gnarly stuff. We should be good. So that is the story. That is the mission that we are going to be playing here. Before we go any further, though, let's show you the 2 armies that are going to be fighting it out. So for the Dark Angels, I'll be running a battalion detachment, an outrider detachment, and a spearhead detachment. Leading off the battalion detachment, we have the Glacial Primaris Librarian and the Glacial Primaris Lieutenant with a power sword and a plasma pistol. We have 2 5-man intercessor squads and 3 5-man scout squads with bolters. We have a venerable dreadnought with fist, underslung heavy flamer, and assault cannon. We have a Razorback with twin assault cannon. Then for the Spearhead detachment, we have leading it off a lieutenant with a mastercrafted bolter, bolt pistol, and chainsword. We have 2 5-man Devastator squads, one with 4 plasma cannons, one with 4 heavy bolters. We have a 5-man Hellblaster squad. We have a Whirlwind with Castellan launcher. Then for the Outrider detachment, leading it off here, we have a Talon Master. We have a Landspeeder with a heavy flamer and assault cannon. We have a 4-man Black Knight squad. And last but not least, we have a Landspeeder Vengeance. And for the Khorne Daemons, we will be running a battalion detachment and 2 Supreme Command detachments. Leading off the battalion detachment, we have Skulltaker and a Bloodmaster. We have a 9-man Fleshhound squad. We have 2 Skull Cannons. We have 3 10-man Bloodletter squads. Each squad has a banner. We have 3 Demon Princes of Khorne for the 1st Supreme Command detachment. From the left, we have a Demon Prince with wings and 2 Malefic Talons. We have a Demon Prince without wings and 2 Malefic Talons. And we have a Demon Prince with wings, a Hellforged sword, and a Malefic Talon. Then for the 2nd Supreme Command detachment, leading it off here, we have Karanak. We have Scarbran. And last but not least, we have the Wrath of Khorne Bloodthirster. All right, so those are the armies going over deployment now for the Dark Angels. I've got a 5-man intercessor squad over here. I've got the Hellblasters. I've got the Devastator squad with the plasma cannons. And I've got the my Primaris Lieutenant over here. This was actually painted up by a viewer, Todd. He runs Iron-Headed Painting. Check him out. He made it up. I'm going to show the picture right here of the fill face that he modeled onto it and painted onto it. It's pretty awesome. So check that out. It's really good. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm pretty stoked. I'm really impressed, and I'm just ever thankful that people care to do that kind of stuff. It's pretty awesome. So going over here now, we've got the Black Knights, we've got my Talon Master, we've got my Landspeeder Vengeance, we've got my Landspeeder, we got my Whirlwind, we got the Glacial Librarian, again made by my a friend there, which is pretty awesome. I've got my lieutenant down here, the regular one. I've got the Devastator squad with the heavy bolters. I've got my venerable dreadnought, 5-man intercessors over here. The Razorback is over here, and we have the 3 scout squads along the middle there, trying to hold back the incursion. Probably soon to be dead scout squads, but scout squads nonetheless. Now, deployment here for the Demons of Khorne. We've got one of the Bloodletter squads here. We've got Skulltaker behind another of the Bloodletter squads. We've got the Flying Demon Prince with the sword. We've got the Flying Demon Prince with the Malefic Talons. We've got Karnarak, or whatever, however you pronounce that. Yeah, the big puppy right behind a whole bunch of other puppies. And then we've got the 2 skull cannons, and everything else he spent command points to put into the warp. So my opponent started with 0 command points. He spent them all to put him in the warp.
That's how you live.
That's how you live. That's how you live as the Khorne. So we've got a squad of Bloodletters. We've got the Demon Prince on foot. And we've got the 2 Bloodletters in Bloodthirsters up in the warp, ready to come down.
Big Bloodletters, pretty much.
Yeah, basically just giant Bloodletters with wings. So that is deployment. As of right now, Khorne is going first, unless I can seize the initiative. Looking for a 6. Show me that fill first. No, I don't get the fill phase, so we'll come back to halfway there. Oh, we're halfway there. Anyway, no one wants to hear my singing. That's not why you're here. So anyway, we will come back to you after movement phase for Khorne here on turn 1. All right, movement for Khorne Demon here on turn 1. His Bloodletters all moved up over this way. Skulltaker moved up this way. The puppies. What are they? The flesh hounds moved up this way, as well as Karnak, their friend there. Also, the 2 demon princes jumped up here. He kept everything else in the warp for now because I deployed to try to deny him. Boo. He says boo. I say yay. But he says boo. I say woo. To hold him off there, to keep his units from being able to deep strike in. So I guess it worked. So that's it for movement phase. Oh, and his skull cannon stood still where they are. So that is it. They don't have to move. They're good where they are. So that is it for the movement phase for the Khorne Demons here on turn 1. We will come back to you with the there are still psychic. So we'll come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, so starting off the shooting phase, because I forgot that Khorne does not do psychers. His skull cannon here on the left is going to fire into my knights over here. So it's heavy D6. Yep. So getting 6 shots. So these are now going to be hitting on 3s. All right, so we got 6 shots hitting on 3s.
See if they do something.
All right, pretty good. So we got 3 hits. That's going to be, these are strength 8, so wounding on 3s. Getting 3 wounds.
-2, good sir.
AP -2, so looking for 5 ups. And I make 1 of them, so 1 at a time here. D3 wounds. That is a dead biker. And that is another dead biker. Wow. And now his other skull cannon is going to fire into my land speeder over here. So heavy D6.
Dirty land speeder.
Getting 4 shots here.
All right.
These are going to be hitting on 3s.
This is what matters.
Getting 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. Strength 8. So that's 1 wound. AP -2, so a 5 up save. No, that goes through. So D3 wounds, 2 wounds. All right, and that's it for the shooting phase. So into the assault phase. These Bloodletters here are going to charge into my scouts over here. They're going to fire Overwatch, looking for 6s. Getting 1-6, rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. Nope. So that's 1 hit. Tough 4. Tough 3. So looking for a 3 to wound.
We don't bleed in armor.
No wound there. So they're looking for a 7-inch charge to get in.
I can reroll it because
getting it with 7.
Because of
and now these guys here are going to charge into these scouts. They're going to have a 9-inch charge, but first Overwatch. Getting 1 hit, rerolling the 1s because of Grim Resolve. Okay, still just the 1 hit. Wounding on a 3. Nope, no wound there. They need a 9-inch charge.
It's understandable, that's scary.
Ooh, yeah. And they are in. And now his not bloodhounds. What are they?
Fleshhounds.
Fleshhounds are going to charge into my other scout squad over here. Overwatch. Getting more hits on that one, which is pretty good.
It's not okay
no rerolls. Toughness on these guys is 4, so looking for 4s to wound. Okay, getting 1 wound. 1 5 up demon save. No, they take a wound. And here comes their charge distance. Is in. And now his demon prince there with the sword is going to charge into my scouts over here. And he is in. And then Karnak is going to try to charge in around over this way.
9.
Needs a 9. No, does not make it in. He's going to re-roll because of the Locus of Rage and still does not make it. All right, so starting off the fight phase over here, we're going to start with this squad of Bloodletters into my scouts. They are, because they charged, Khorne gets to get +1 strength, +1 attack. So they're going to have 2 attacks each, except for their leader guy, who's going to have 3. Blood Reaver is going to have his 3 attacks because he's got 2 base. So we're going to have 21 attacks coming from this squad over here into my scouts. They are going to be hitting on 3s, and then they are going to be wounding on 3s because of the +1 strength. So here we go. Hitting on 3s.
I can taste all that blood.
All right, we'll come back to you with that.
Yes.
So 16 hits, wounding on 3s. Yeah, there's more than 5 wounds there. So they are all dead because it's AP -3. No saves for them. Womp womp. And that is First Blood. We got the same deal over here, except it's against Jenkins, which means that they're probably going to miss all of their attacks, right? That's how it works.
And all of a sudden, Jenkins was very alone.
Oh, boy.
Come on.
All right, so it was 13 hits. These are now going to be wounding on 3s. Oh, boy. Yeah, that looks like there's more than 5 there. Yep, definitely more than 5. So that is squad wiped. Jenkins, no! And now his flesh hounds are going to attack into my scout squad over here. We've got 9 guys there, 3 attacks each. So these are going to be hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s because of the demon prince being over there. All right, we'll come back to you with that. Re-rolling those 1s. All right.
And AP -1.
And then wounding on 3s. They're going to be AP -1. All right, we'll come back to you with that. All right, so there's 11 wounds, AP -1. So we've got 11 5-up saves. Get back here. No, that is more than 5 failed saves there. They are wiped. And that is it for the Khorne turn here on turn 1. Yeah, he slaughtered all of my scouts. I got no more scouts. But they did their job. They kept all of the other scary things far away from my guys. So we'll see what I can do in return here on turn 1 for the Dark Angels. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here. My Razorback stood still. My Intercessor stood still. Hellblaster stood still. My Devastator squad stood still. Lieutenant stood still. Vengeance stood still. Whirlwind stood still. Primaris Librarian stood still. Lieutenant stood still. Devastator squad stood still. Khorne, yeah, everything Khorne stood still during my movement phase. My Intercessors back here stood still, but my Dreadnought moved up 6 inches. My Landspeeder, my Talonmaster, and my bikes all moved up there, and that is it for the movement phase. So we will, yeah, we'll see what happens here. We'll come back to you with the Psychic phase. All right, starting off the Psychic phase, the Glacial Librarian is going to cast Mind Wipe into his Demon Prince over there. So, looking for a 7, getting it. So now he's going to try to deny it with Karnak over there.
He's going to bark really loud.
No, he will not. It goes off. So now what happens is we each roll a d6 and add our leadership to it. I think our leaderships are both 9, so it's just going to be whoever has the higher roll here. If his is higher than mine, then or equal to mine, then nothing happens. But if mine is higher than his, then he will have -1 ballistic skill, weapon skill, leadership, and like something else, I think. So here we go. Yeah.
-2.
Oh, so nothing happens with that one. And now I'm going to try to cast Aversion onto his Demon Prince. Does not go off. All right, so starting off the shooting phase now. My Whirlwind is going to fire into his Bloodletters over there. I spent a command point on Data Link Telemetry. My Warlord is actually my Glacial Librarian. I forgot to mention all this. He's got the he's going to have the Shroud of Heroes, and I spent a command point to give my Talonmaster the Heavenfall Blade, and my opponent has his the Demon Prince on foot is going to be his Warlord, and he has the Crimson Crown, and then the Blood Thirster has the Armor of Scorn. So that's just letting you know there. So, but he is my Warlord. He's going to take the Brilliant Strategist trait. So let's see if I get my command point back. I don't. So I'm down to 7. I'm down to 6 now because I started with 8. 1 for the extra relic. 1 for getting rid of now for Data Link Telemetry. So this squad is within 12 inches and line of sight of that land speeder, so that means that these are going to be auto hits. So he's got the Castellan launcher, so it's 2D heavy 2d6 shots. Getting 11 shots. That's killer. All right, so we've got 11 auto hits. They automatically hit because of data link telemetry. So that's 11 hits. These are going to be strength 6, toughness 3. So looking for 2s to wound. 1, 2, 3 are not wounds there.
There's a chance.
So he's got 4, 6, 7, 8. 8 wounds there. 8 5-up invul saves.
For the blood god.
Making 2 of them. So that means that there are going to be 6 dead bloodletters. All right, so now my land speeder is going to fire into the flesh hounds over here. So we've got heavy flamer first. That's going to be 6 hits. Man, my auto hits are going pretty well today, which is pretty good. So strength 5, looking for 3s to wound. Rerolling 1s to wound because of the Talon Master. All right, so that's going to be 5 wounds there. AP -1. So I think he's got a 5-up demon save or 5-up one of those kind of saves. We'll come back to that.
5.
All right, so we got 5-up invul saves, making 2 of them, so 3 wounds. That's 2 guys dead.
Stuff.
And now the assault cannon is going to fire, hitting on 4s because he moved.
What did the puppies ever do to you?
All right, wow, really good on that one. These are now going to be wounding on 3s because they're toughness 4. Getting 5 wounds, AP -1, so 5 ups, making another 2, so 1 more is dead and 1 takes a wound. And now my venerable dreadnought's gonna fire into the flesh hounds over there. So we're gonna do the heavy flamer first. Only getting 2 hits this time. That is 1 wound. But he makes a save. And now the assault cannon is gonna be hitting on 3s because he moved. Alrighty. So that is 4 hits, wounding on 3s. Getting nope, he's out of range of the anyone there. So it's going to be 2 wounds, 2 5-ups, and he fails them both. And now my Talon Master is going to fire into the hounds over there. So he's going to have 12 shots with the twin assault cannon first, hitting on 4s because he moved. Wow, really, really good. All right, these are strength 6, so wounding on 3s. Rerolling, no need to reroll 1s for him. So that is going to be 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 wounds. 9 5-up saves.
Did I sacrifice enough blood?
Makes a couple. Makes 3 of them. So that means that there's makes 4 of them. I'm sorry. So that means that there's 5 failed. So that means 3 are dead. And now the twin heavy bolter is going to fire, hitting on 4s again because he moved. Alrighty. So 3 hits. That's now they're statistical. Wounding on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of himself. Alright, so that's 3 wounds, 3 5-ups. Failing 3 of them. So 1 is dead and 1 takes a wound. Now my intercessors back here are going to fire into his dog over there. So these guys are going to be, 1 guy's in rapid fire range. They're all going to be hitting on 3s. Alright, rerolling 1s because they didn't move. Grim Resolve. Alright. So that's 3 hits. Wounding on 4. That's cocks. Alright, so that's 2 wounds. 2 5-up saves.
Come on, old yo.
No, and he is dead. Now my Razorback's going to fire into the Bloodletter squad up there. So 12 shots. Hitting on, are they -1 to hit? Oh no, he's just... my opponent's getting in my head over here. So they're going to be hitting on 3s because he didn't move. Alrighty. Not getting to reroll. Seriously. But no. Space Marine tanks don't get special rules. Strength 6 and wounded on 2s. Okay, so that is going to be 5 wounds there. 5 5-ups. Failing. Oh, all of them. Now my intercessors are going to fire into his bloodletters over there. Hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because they didn't move, but only rolling 2s for misses. Wounding on 3s.
7 1s.
Oh, a bunch of 1s. 1 second. All right, I was not within 6 inches of my lieutenant, so it's going to be 3 wounds, 3 5-ups, failing 2 of them. All right, my Hellblasters are now going to fire into them. I'm not going to supercharge for strange reasons. Yeah, who knew? Because it wouldn't make a dang bit of difference. So there we go. 10 shots here, hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because they stood still. Oh, I got another one over here. Thank you, sir. All right. That is all but 1 hit, I think. Now these are going to be wounding on 2s. Rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant. All right, so that's going to be 5, 9 wounds there. 9. We've got 9 5-up saves because of demons.
Blood for the blood god?
Blood for the blood god? No, I think they're dead. Whoa, that's a lot of saves, but I still think it's enough to... Not enough. Ooh, yeah, it kills them all.
Don't need that.
And now my Black Knights are going to fire into his bloodletters over here. So 4 shots hitting on 3s. That's all hits. Wounding on 2s. That is 4 wounds, 4 5-ups.
This is demon hatred here.
Demon hatred. Making 2 of them, so 2 are dead. Now my heavy bolter Devastator squad is going to fire into his bloodletters over there. The blacks are going to have the signum. They're going to be hitting on 2s. All right. Rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. These are now strength 5, so wounding on 3s. Rerolling 1s to wound. Did not get any 1s to wound. Still enough, I think. So we've got 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 wounds. 9 5-ups.
I'm only gonna roll 5 dice.
Oh, yeah, 5. Yeah, they're dead. Womp womp. And now my Devastator squad with the plasma cannons are going to fire into his demon prince. They are going to supercharge, and I am going to spend weapons command point on weapons of the Dark Age on them. So I'm going to roll to see if I get that command point back. I don't, so I'm down to 5 command points. The signum is going to be the black dice, so these are the D3 shots that they're going to get. All right, so 1, 3, 3, and 2. So let's do the signum first. So it's going to be 2 shots for him. Hitting on 2 shots, hitting on 3s. Hitting on 2s because it's the signum. So that's 2 hits there. Then we're going to go with the 1 for the one guy. That's a hit. Got 3 for the next guy.
Blow up, blow up.
Oh boy. Rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve.
Blow up.
Oh, so one guy's going to be dead. And then we got another 3 for the last guy. Oh, rerolling 1s because of command. Oh, that's 2 dead. So 2 guys. That was rough.
Good trade, though.
I feel like it might be. So that's 2 guys are dead. Into his toughness 6, so looking for 3s to wound. Getting all but 1 wound. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds at AP minus 3. 6 5-up invul saves.
5-up invul saves.
Making 1 of them, so that is going to be 3 damage each. So that's 15. He is dead.
Blow yourself up.
All right, so now my my Landspeeder Vengeance is going to fire into Skull Taker with everything. So we're going to do his heavy, the Plasma Storm Battery first. So heavy D6, 1 shot. He's going to be supercharged, so hitting on a 3. I'm going to spend a command point to re-roll that. Okay, it's a miss, but he doesn't blow up, thankfully. And now we've got the heavy bolter into him. That is 2 hits. Wounding on toughness 4, you said, right? So wounding on 3s. That is 2 wounds, but Phil faces. So AP minus 1, so 2 4-ups.
4-ups.
Oh, failing on both, that's 2 wounds. Oh, let's see if I get that command point back. I don't. And that is it for the shooting phase. So into the assault phase, my Vendread is going to charge into Karnak over there. He needs an 11-inch charge. Can I get it? Show me 11-inch charge. No, kind of almost the opposite. Yeah, no, I'm good on command points. So that is it for the Dark Angels turn. I say it with quotation marks because that was pretty brutal. So that's it for the Dark Angels turn here on turn 1. We will come back to you after movement phase for the Demons of Khorne here on turn 2. All right, movement phase for Khorne here on turn 2. His Bloodthirster dropped in over here. His blood letters dropped in over here. Skull Taker, Crush Taker, right? Skull Taker.
Skull Taker.
Skull Taker moved up this way. Scarbrand dropped in right in front of them over here. Karnak ran up this way. His Demon Prince flew up this way. And his other Demon Prince dropped in there. And the Skull Cannon stood where they are. So when my that's it for movement phase. At the end of the or when he dropped his blood letter here, which was at the end of his movement phase, I declare Bloodthirster. I keep saying blood letter. I don't know why. Because I'm going to let him take all of my blood, apparently. He dropped in over here within 12 inches of my Hellblasters. I declared Auspex Scan, which is a 2 command point stratagem that allows me to shoot at him now when he placed him there. Whoa, get back here. Let's see if I... Yeah, just break his model. Just throw it at his model. Let's see if I can take it out that way. It is scary. Look at that thing. That thing's scary as hell. So let's see if I get the one of the command points back. I don't. So I'm down to 2 command points, but now they will shoot at him. I'm not going to supercharge because they're at -1 to hit. So I'm going to be hit. Yeah, because I don't want them to blow up. I don't have Azrael back there. I don't have a banner back there to help me with any of that. So it's just them shooting into him. So here we go. Here we go. They're going to shoot into him with the Hellblasters there. 10 shots, hitting on 4s because it's -1 to hit because of Auspex Scan. Rerolling 1s because they didn't move in their previous movement phase. See, that would have been some guys dead there. Those 3s don't hit, nor do those 2s. All right, not that 3. So we got 4 hits here. Toughness 7, looking for 4s to wound. All right, so we got 2 wounds. AP -4, so 2 4-up invul saves. Making one of them, failing one of them, so he takes 1 wound. All right, so into the shooting phase, one of the skull cannons is going to fire into my Devastators over here. One of them is going to fire into my Devastators over here. We're going to start with the ones into my heavy bolter Devastators. So heavy D6 shots, getting 4 shots. These are going to be hitting on 3s, getting 1, 2, 3 hits. Pretty good. So these are now going to be strength 8, so wounding on 2s. Getting 1 wound. Right. Yeah, no. AP -2, so +1 because they're in cover, so looking for a 4-up. Okay. And now the other one's going to fire into my Devastators with plasma cannons.
Those meanie heads.
Those meanie heads. 3 shots, hitting on 3s. Getting 3 hits. Wounding on 2s. Right. Getting 3 wounds.
They didn't want to be the other guys.
They were not quite. They loaded actual skulls as opposed to like Nerf skulls into there. So, so got 3 wounds here. AP -2, +1 because of cover. Making 2 saves, failing 1. So 1 guy's dead. All right, that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, his Bloodthirster, got it right that time, is going to charge into my Hellblasters and into my Intercessors over here. We're going to start with the Intercessors first. They're going to fire Overwatch over here, so hitting on 6s. Rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. All right, getting 2 hits. Toughness 7, so looking for 5s to wound. Getting 1 wound, AP -1. 4-up invul, and he's good. And now my Hellblasters are going to fire Overwatch. They are going to supercharge, so hitting on 6s.
Live dangerously.
Rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. All right, so we get 2 hits here. Strength 8, toughness 7, so looking for 3s to wound. Rerolling 1 because of the Lieutenant.
They're scared.
All right, so he needs a 9-inch charge to get in. And, ooh, he doesn't get in. He can re-roll it. And now he does get in, killer. And now his blood letters, I got that right, are going to charge into all of these guys over here. So we're going to start with the Black Knights. They're not going to supercharge. You're not as big and scary as your blood.
You gotta live dangerously.
Yeah, your Bloodthirster friend over there. So we're going to have 4 shots hitting on 6s. All right, getting 1 hit. Wounding on a 2. That is a wound with a fill first. 5 up. No, goes through. That's 1 dead guy. And now my Talon Master is going to fire with his twin assault cannons first, hitting on 6s. All right, getting 1 hit. Pretty good. And rerolling 1s because of himself. All right, that's a wound. 5 up. And he's good. Twin heavy bolter. Not getting anything. And assault cannon from the land speeder. Getting nothing. All right, they need a 9-inch charge to get in over here.
Only you had a captain.
I know. Oh, no, but they can re-roll because of their stuff and things. No, they don't make it. And now Scarbrand's going to charge into them. We're going to go with the assault cannon from the regular land speeder on 6s. Ooh, there we go. That's much better than he was doing against those bloodletters. Toughness 7, so looking for 5s to wound. Okay, rerolling 1 because of the Talon Master. Yep, okay. Talon Master is now going to shoot. He's got his heavy bolters. Nope, no hits there. And then we've got the twin assault cannon. Getting a couple hits there. All right, so these are now going to be wounding on 5s. Getting 1 wound, AP -1. 4-up invul, he's good. And now the Black Knights are going to fire in there. They're not going to supercharge. Hitting on 6s. That's why I do not supercharge when I'm doing that, and they can't reroll 1s. And his charge distance needs 9 inches. Oh, and he's in. And now his Warlord Demon Prince on foot is going to charge into my Venerable Dreadnought there. So I'm going to Overwatch with my Assault Cannon on 6s. Getting 1 hit. Wounding on a 4. That is not a wound. His charge distance 9 inches. He's not in, but he gets to reroll. Still does not get in. And now his Flying Demon Prince is going to charge in here. So Overwatch with the Assault Cannon first. Getting 2 hits. Not getting to reroll for Grim Resolve because he did move. That is 2 wounds.
-1.
AP -1.
4 ups.
2 4-ups. Ooh, fails them both. And now the Heavy Flamer. 1 hit. 1 wound. 1 wound. And his charge distance is totally in. And now his big dog is going to charge in over here. He might get, I think I should get him in. All right, so we're going to start off here with Scarbrand. He is going to attack. He has 6 base attacks, +1 because he has a special rule that gives him and any unit within 6 inches or 8 inches of him gets +1 attack. Cannot fall back, or if you roll, if you try to fall back, you have to roll 3d6. If you roll higher than your leadership, you can't fall back. And do not take morale tests. So he is going to attack. He's got 8 attacks because he also gets +1 on the charge because of being Khorne. And now he's going to put 2 attacks into my Landspeeder there, 3 attacks into my Talonmaster, and 3 attacks into my Black Knight. So we're going to go the 2 attacks into my Landspeeder over there. So it's 2 attacks hitting on 2s. That's 2 hits. Strength 16. So wounded on 2s. That is 1 wound.
At -4.
AP -4 goes right through. So
D6
damage, 3 damage, down to 1. And now the 3 into my Talonmaster over here.
Hitting on 2s.
Hitting on 2s. Wounding on 2s. Getting 2 wounds, AP -4, right?
Yep.
So let's just go straight through. And doing 3 damage.
Wow.
And then 3 into my Black Knights over here.
Hitting on 2s.
Hitting on 2s, that's all hits.
Generate additional
and the
attack.
6 gets an additional attack, additional hit, right?
Yeah.
So it's additional hit, so that's
yes.
going to be 4 hits out of the 3 attacks.
Strength 16.
Strength 16, so wounded on 2s. Yeah,
3.
that is 3, so that is going to be, well, I guess they're 2 wounds each. So the first one is 6, that's the dead guy, and then there's 2 others, so they're dead. All right, I'm going to spend my last 2 command points to interrupt here with my Dreadnought. Let's see if I get one of them back. I don't, so I didn't get any of my command points back. I'm out of command points. My opponent's out of command points. Command points are not a thing anymore. So now...
I didn't start with command points.
He didn't start with any because he put them all in Deep Strike. I just failed all of my get-back saves. So here we go. My Dreadnought is going to attack into his Demon Prince with all 4 of his attacks. Hitting on 2 because he's a Venerable. Those are all hits. But that's only in shooting. That's heavy, yeah. Now he's going to be Strength 6 times 2 because of the fist, so he's going to be wounding on 2s. That is going to be 4 wounds there. 4 5 ups. Oh, and he makes 3 of them, so he only takes 3 wounds. He's still alive. All right, so now his Demon Prince is going to go. He's got 4 base attacks, +1 because he's a Demon Prince of Khorne. He's got +1 because he charged. He's got +1 because he's within range of Scarbrand's special ability, and he's got +3 for having 2 Malefic Talons. Killer. That's a lot of attacks. These are all going to be hitting on 2s.
Yep. Rerolling
1s because he's a Demon Prince.
He does what he wants.
There we go. All right, so all hits. These are going to be Strength 8, so wounding on 3s. All right. So that is...
Looks like it's 7 at -2.
7 at -2. So we've got 7 5-up saves. Making 2 of them, so 4 go through.
2 damage, 8.
2 damage each, so that's going to be 8 damage. 1 second. All right, so it does 8 damage there, but 2 damage each. So now we've got 8 damage onto him. He has a Venerable save, so on 6-ups, he ignores wounds. So here we go. I need at least 1 6-up for him to survive. Show me them fell faces. And getting just the one he needed to survive. Woo!
It's a strength +1.
All right, so now Karnak is going to go in here. He's got 4 base attacks, +1 because he charged, +1 because he's in range of Scarbrand over there. So these are going to be hitting on 3s.
2s.
Oh, hitting on 2s. Rerolling 1s because of the Demon Prince there.
Yep.
All right, strength 5, so these are 6, so wounding on 5s. Getting
1.
Getting 1 AP
-2.
AP -2, so 1 5-up. There, he's good with a fell phase. Woo! And now his Bloodthirster is going to attack. He's going to put all of his attacks into my Hellblasters over here. So he's got, what is it? You said 5 attacks base? Or 6 attacks base plus 1 for the charge. And so he's going to be strength 7. Axe gives initial 3, so he's going to be strength 10. And then Khorne gives plus 1, so it's going to be strength 11 here that he's going to have. So looking for 2s to hit.
6s generate
6s generate an additional hit.
Yeah. If I can talk English.
All right, so you got no additional hits, but pretty good so far there. So he's got 6 attacks, 6 hits, wounding on 2s. That is 5 wounds. AP minus 4. So how much damage are they each?
D6.
D6 each. So 1 at a time. Dead guy, dead guy, dead guy, dead guy, and dead guy. All right, so now my intercessors are going to attack back. I've got 11 attacks, hitting on 3s. Wow, really good. Wounding on toughness 7, so wounding on 5s. Getting 1, 2, 3 wounds. 3 wounds. 3 ups. Failing 1. All right, so now my Talonmaster is going to attack back into Scarbrand. He's got 4 base attacks, plus 1 for having the Heavenfall Blade, plus 1 for having being within 8 inches of Scarbrand over there. So I'm going to have 6 attacks here. These are going to be hitting on 2s. All right, that one's cocked. All right, all but 1 hit. These are now going to be strength 6 because of strength plus 2. He's toughness 7, so looking for 5s to wound. Rerolling 1s because of himself. So that is 3 wounds at AP minus 3. 3, 4 up invul save. 5 up invul saves. Oh, fails them all. So these are going to be D3 wounds. Making 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds onto him. All right, so now my land speeder is going to attack back. He's got 2 base attacks plus 1 because he's within 8 inches of Scarbrand. Hitting on 3s. Okay, 1 hit. Wounding on 5. No wound. And that is it for Khorne turn here on turn, phase 2. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 2. All right, so these guys back here lost 1. So we do have to take a morale test because, here we go.
No, actually, no.
Wait, 1 second. 1 second. No, our bad. They're within 8 of Scarbrand, so they don't get to take the morale test. He was actually kind of excited to actually hopefully get a 1, but no. All right, so now my Talonmaster and my Landspeeder are actually going to try to fall back. So we're going to try. We have to roll for this. So what I have to do is I have to roll 3d6. If I roll higher than their leadership, they can't fall back. So we're going to start with the Talonmaster first. 3d6. 8 is exactly the same. 1 second. All right, so 8 is good. He's the leadership 8, so he gets to fall back. And then we're going to try it onto the other Landspeeder over there. Oh no, he is way staying where he is. Movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 2. My Whirlwind stood still. My Vengeance stood still. Razorback stood still. These intercessors fell back from combat with the Bloodthirster. My Lieutenant stood still. My Devastator stood still. Devastator stood still here. My Lieutenant stood still. My Primaris Librarian moved along this side over here. My Dreadnought was out of 8 inches of there, so he fell back out of combat over here. These intercessors moved up over this way. My Talonmaster fell back out of combat, and my other Landspeeder had to stay in combat because he's just really mad at Scarbrand. He wants to punch Scarbrand really hard in the face. Is what it comes out. Yeah, with his Landspeeder. Come on, guys, think about things. So that's it for movement phase. So we'll come back to you at the psychic phase. All right, so first things first, I am going to smite into Karnak over there. So looking for a 5, getting it with a 9,
Puppy
trying to deny it. Nope, Puppy does not say no. So D3 wounds into Puppy, 2 wounds. And then my second attempt is going to be try to mind wipe into Scarbrand over there. Getting it with a 10, trying to deny it. Oh, 10 is almost, but that is still good. So what's your leadership on Scarbrand?
9.
Leadership 9, so I've got 9, so here we go. We're just rolling D6. Oh, a 5 and a 2, so Scarbrand is -1. Let me write this. He is going to be a -1 leadership, ballistic skill, and weapon skill until the end of the game. My intercessors are going to start off the shooting phase by firing into Karnak over there. 10 shots, hitting on 3s. Not getting to reroll 1s because they did move.
He's a -5 to hit, actually.
He's a -5 to hit, so nothing actually hits. JK, I'm totally getting his hits. You're not getting in my head that easy.
Toughness 5, actually.
Toughness 5 into Karnak, so these are going to be wounding on 5s. Rerolling 1s to wound because of the lieutenant. All right, so getting 2 wounds, AP -1. So 2 5-up invols. Oh, and he fails them both, and that kills him. All right, so now my heavy bolter bros are going to fire into his demon prince over there. So we've got 12 shots coming out of them here. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. They did stay still, so reroll that 1. Back into another 1, of course. That's just the way it usually goes.
6.
Toughness 6, so these are going to be wounding on 5s. Rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant. Not that that helped. So we've got 4 wounds, AP -1, so 4 4-ups, making 3 of them.
Just wants hugs.
And now my lieutenant is going to fire into his hug-seeking demon prince with wigs over there. So he's going to have 2 shots with a mastercrafted bolter, hitting on 3s, wounding on a 5. That's a wound, AP -1, so 4-up, save. No, goes through, and he is dead. All right, so now my Landspeeder Vengeance is going to fire into his Bloodthirst over there. So I'm going to supercharge, heavy D6 shots, getting 4 shots. These are going to be hitting on 3s. No 1s, thankfully. That did not blow up, because otherwise I would have taken 3 mortal wounds and not been able to shoot it again. So that's 3 hits, toughness 7, so looking for 3s to wound. That is rerolling the 1 to wound because of the lieutenant over there. So that is 2 wounds.
4-up invul.
4-up invul saves, makes 1, fails 1, so that's going to be 3 damage. And now the heavy bolter into him over there. That is going to be 2 hits. No wounds. Now my Devastators here are going to fire into him. I'm going to supercharge, so D3 shots each, so that's going to be 3 shots coming in here. Oh, I got to do them one at a time, so we're going to do the one with the 2 first, hitting on 3s. Okay, rerolling 1s. No, rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. They didn't move. Okay, and then 1 more for the other guy. Yes, that's 3 hits. Strength 8, looking for 3s to wound. Rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant. Okay, not meant to be, so that is going to be 1 wound at AP -3. 4-up invul. Yeah, it goes through, so that is 2 damage. And now my Primaris Lieutenant's going to fire into him with his plasma pistol. I'm going to supercharge, hitting on a 3. No hit there, but doesn't blow up, so I'll take that.
Fly, right?
Twin Assault Cannon from my Razorback into his Bloodthirst over there, hitting on 3s because he didn't move. Don't get to reroll anything because my tanks don't get nothing. These are now strength 6, toughness 7, right?
Yeah.
So looking for 5s to wound. Getting just the 2 wounds at AP -1. So 2 4-ups. Making both of them. And now my Talon Master is going to fire into his Blood Master. So Master on Master Violence over here. We're going to start with the Twin Heavy Bolter. Hitting on 4s because he moved. Okay.
Stop his demon violence.
Getting 2 hits. Wounding toughness 4. So looking for 3s to wound. That is 2 wounds. AP -1. So 2 5-up and even saves. No, fails them both. And now the Twin Assault Cannon firing into there. Hitting on 4s again because he moved. Oh, that was not great.
Yeah,
that was really not great. So here we go. Wounding on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of himself, but nope. 1 5-up. Oh, he's good. And now my Whirlwind is going to fire into his Bloodletters over there. So heavy 2d6. 3 attacks. Cool deal. Hitting on 3s. All right, that's all hits. Wounding on 2s. Getting 3 wounds.
5-ups.
And he makes 2 of the 3 5-ups. 1 guy dead. All right, so that's it for shooting phase. I'm not going to charge anybody, but I am going to fight with my Landspeeder into Scarbrand over there. He's got 2 base attacks. Scarbrand's made him very, very upset, so he gets 1 extra attack here.
Mildly annoyed.
Mildly annoyed, hitting on 3s. Okay. Wounding on a 5. No, nothing there. And now Scarbrand's going to attack back. He's got 7 attacks because 6 base plus 1 because of his anger rule. So this is going to be 7 attacks. He is going to be hitting on 3s because of being mind wiped over here.
No, 6
so it's
plus
-1. 6, yeah. So 6 plus becomes the Deathbringer. So, all right. So that's going to be
2s?
2 hitting on, wounding on 2s.
Yeah,
and that is going to be plenty to kill him there. Does he explode, though?
How much damage is it?
Yeah, a bajillion damage. He is totally dead. This AP -4. So does he explode?
Explode.
No, he does not. All right, and that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 2. His bloodletters are still within 8 inches, so they can't take a morale test as much as he would like to. So that is going to be it for the Dark Angel's turn. We'll come back to you after movement phase for the Demons of Khorne here on turn 3. All right, movement phase for Khorne here on turn 3. His bloodletter jumped over my intercessors over here. Looking there, he's 8 inches away from my from my devastators there. Not great for me. Scarbrand moved up this way, looking to kill some more things. His Demon Prince moved up over that way. Skull Taker, Blood Master, and the Bob the Blood Master, and the Blood Letters moved their way up here towards my Talon Master. Yeah, exactly. They only like blood, though. Unfortunately, they're very picky. They're very picky that his kids need only blood.
He's a hard-working Khorne
Yeah, he's a hard-working Khorne Demon, just trying to provide for his family, trying to provide blood for his family. Then the skull cannons over here stood still because that's what they do. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so starting off here, one of the skull cannons is going to fire into my dreadnought over here. So D6 shots, getting 2 shots, hitting on 3s, getting 1 hit.
Wounding on 3s?
Wounding on 3s, that's a wound.
-2.
AP -2, so looking for a 5 up. Oh, and he's good. And now the second skull cannon is going to fire into my dreadnought over here. So D6 shots, getting 2 shots again, hitting on 3s. Getting 2 hits, wounding on 3s, getting 2 wounds, 2 5 ups, getting 1 D3 wounds, so that's 2 wounds, 6 up, venerable, ignoring them stuffy thingy. Oh no, 1, but he is dead. Does he explode? He does explode. We'll come back to you with that. All right, so his Demon Prince and my intercessors are within 3 inches, so we'll do my intercessors first. D3 mortal wounds. Getting 1 mortal wound, and then onto his Demon Prince over there, 2 mortal wounds. All right, so now Scarbrand is going to have his bellow of indigestion, endless fury. I like bellow of indigestion better. He's going to be burping into my Devastator squad over your face. Too much blood. So 6 hits. It's auto hits here, so that's pretty good. It's a good way to start off there. So strength 5, wounding on 3s.
AP -1.
AP -1, so wounding on 3, so that is 5 wounds in it there.
Yeah.
AP -1 +1, so looking for 5 3-ups. And I make all but 1 of them. And now his Bloodthirster is going to Hellfire into my Devastators, and he's going to Blood Flail into my my Razorback over here. So we're going to do the Heavy Flamer first, Hellfire, so that's 5 hits. These are now going to be wounding on 3, strength 5.
They look cold. They need some warmth.
Oh, that's 5 wounds over there. Pretty brutal.
All right.
5 3-ups because they are in cover over there. And I failed 1 of them. And now Blood Flail into my Razorback over here. So hitting on a 2 because it's an assault. So that's a hit.
It is strength 8 right
Strength 8, so looking for a 3 to wound. That is a wound.
That is a -3.
AP -3, so looking for a 6 up. Show me that fill first. No fill phase. 3 damage. Brutal. All right, Scarbrand is going to charge into both my Vengeance and my Whirlwind. We're going to start with the Vengeance. He is going to supercharge because, I mean, he's probably dead anyway. So, may as well try to get him if I can. YOLO, exactly. So, heavy D6 shots. 2 shots. Hitting on 6s. All right, 1 and 1. I'll take that. So 1 and 1. So he's gonna take 3 mortal wounds, and he's not gonna be able to fire that gun anymore. But I do get to. I did hit him there, so that's going to be strength 8. So looking for 3 to wound. That is a wound. AP -3.
5 up invul.
5 up invul. No, goes through. So that is 3 damage, which is pretty good. And then he takes 3 damage. Fair trade there. And then he back here is going to have 2d6 shots.
Not hitting on 5s.
Not hitting 5s. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3. That was 3 shots. Hitting on 6s. Getting nothing there. And then 3 shots from his heavy bolter that I forgot to fire over there. Hitting on 6s. Nope, nothing there. So his charge distance. Yeah, it's totally in, I think, to both. And now the Bloodthirster is going to charge into my Intercessors and my Lieutenant there. I am going to fire Overwatch with the Intercessors here, hitting on 6s. Not getting anything there. And then Plasma Pistol from the Lieutenant. I am going to supercharge, hitting on a 6. No hit there. So your charge distance for them is totally in. And now his Demon Prince is going to charge into my Intercessors over here. So they are going to fire Overwatch, looking for 6s. They did move, so now I get to reroll that 1. Oh, there's no 1s. I don't know what I'm looking at. But 1 hit, wounding on a 5. That's a wound. AP -1. 4 up. Good. Always good. And then his charge distance is in.
Look at the fire.
And now the Bloodletters are going to charge into my Talon Master. He's going to fire Overwatch with a Twin Assault Cannon first, hitting on 6s. Getting 1 hit. And 1 wound.
1 5 up.
1 5 up. That's 1 dead Bloodletter.
I can actually do it now.
And then the heavy bolters. Getting 1 hit.
3.
That is not a wound. Distance is totally in. Wow, way in. And now the Skull Taker is going to drag in there. And he is, wow, really in. They really want him dead. Wow. And let's see if the Bloodmaster can continue that trend of supercharges. No, but enough to get him in. So pretty good. All right, so now we're going to start the fight phase with Scarbrand. He is down to his 2nd profile, which means he gets +1 attack, which is pretty cool. -1 to his weapon skill, -1 another 1 to his weapon skill because of Mind Wipe. So he's down to hitting on 4s, but he's going to be using the Sweeping Blow. So he's going to put 5 attacks into my Landspeeder Vengeance, and he's going to put 4 attacks into my Whirlwind, which means it's going to be 10 attacks into the Vengeance, 8 attacks into the Whirlwind. All right, so we're going to do these ones into the Vengeance first. These are going to be 10 attacks hitting on 4s.
6s generate additional hit.
6s generate an additional hit. Wow, that's an additional 2 hits there. All right. And on 4s, so not bad.
So I think that was an
I think those were the 2 that you added in, wasn't that? 1 second.
Yeah.
All right, so strength 8, so wounding on 3s. Getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds.
Yep,
5. 6. Sorry, 5. Yes, 5 wounds.
At -2.
5 at AP -2, so 5 up saves. And I make 3 of them. That's not bad. So he takes 2. And what are they? Just single wound each? 1 damage each, so he takes another 2 wounds. And then the 8 attacks into my Whirlwind. These are hitting on 4s, 6s. That 1 6 gives an additional hit.
That looks good.
All right, that looks good to me. 5 hits. Wounding on
3s.
Looking on 3s.
Strength 8.
Yep, so 1 wound.
Hey, he's tired.
Yeah, 5 up.
You can only be
and he's good with a filth phase.
You can only be angry for so long.
All right, so now his Bloodthirster is going to attack. He has 6 base attacks, +1 because he charged, +1 because he's within 8 inches of Scarbrand over here. So he's going to have
9 attacks total.
It's there's +1. There's another 1 second. All right, sorry. So it was we mathed wrong. So it's going to be 8 attacks total because +1 for the charge, +1 because of Scarbrand means that he's going to be attacking in here. Don't you get +3 because of your axe or something?
No. So the axe adds +3 to strength.
Adds +3 to strength.
Yeah.
So he is going to be attacking in here. So he's going to have 8 attacks. So he's going to put 4 into my Intercessors, 4 into my Lieutenant over there. So Lieutenant first. So he's got 4 attacks. He's on the top profile. So hitting on 2s.
2s, 6s are additional.
6s are an additional hit. No hit there. No additional hit, I should say. Yeah. And then wounding on 2s. So getting 2 wounds.
-4.
-4. So that's just going to go straight through, doing 9 damage. I think carry the 3. Yeah, he's totally dead. All right. So now the 4 attacks into my Intercessors over there. Here we go.
2s.
2s to hit. All hits. 2s to wound.
I wanted a 6.
Getting all wounds. AP -4, right?
Yes.
D6 each. So the first one, dead guy, dead guy, dead guy, and dead guy. All right, so now his Demon Prince over here is going to attack into my Intercessors. He's got 4 base attacks, +1 because he charged and he's Khorne. And he gets +1. Oh no, he also gets +1 because he is a Khorne demon, right?
Yes.
So that's going to be 10. It's going to be 10 attacks because he's got 4 base, +1 for being Khorne, +1 because he charged as Khorne, +1 because his Warlord trait gives him +1 attack if there are more enemy models within 8 inches of him than friendly models. 6 inches, which there's no friendly models over there. So he's going to get an additional attack there, plus an additional 3 for 2 Malefic Talons. So these are all going to be hitting on twos because he's a
rerolling
Demon
ones.
Prince, re-rolling ones. All right, re-roll those ones. Wow, that's a fair number of ones there.
Yeah.
But oh no. Okay.
He's tired.
It might be enough anyway. So these are now going to be strength 8.
I will double check.
All right. 1 second. All right, strength 8 because of Khorne getting +1 strength because on the charge. So these are going to be wounding on 2s. Wounds of 6s because he's got the Crimson Crown means that he gets to make another attack. So here we go. Wounding on 2s, getting one additional attack.
So
1 additional attack. That's a hit. That is a wound. Yep, that's a wound. So that's going to be how many wounds there?
7 at -2.
7 at -2. So 7. 5 up. Saves.
And 2 damage. Wow.
Oh, man. Just failed the 1? That's mind-blowing right now. Holy cow.
That's pretty character, right?
All right, yeah, so the Skull Taker is now going to attack into my Talon Master here. He's got 4 base attacks, +1 because he charged and is Khorne. So that's going to be 5 attacks. These are going to be hitting on...
He's hitting on 2s.
Hitting on 2s.
Rerolling because it's
Rerolling 1s because it's a character, or rerolling misses because it's a character. Yeah. So it would be rerolling 1s. So that's all hits. These are now going to be, it's going to be strength 7 because he gets +1 strength because of being Khorne, and +1 strength because of the Bloodmaster over there. So these are now going to be wounding on 3s.
Rerolling fail hits.
Rerolling failed wounds because it's a character.
Wounds. And then 6s are D3 +3.
All right. Reroll failed wound there. So. All right, so that's all wounds. That 6 is D3 +3 wounds?
Yes. So.
Whoa, okay.
And then
let's go, because these are all 3 wounds each. So, yeah. All right, what's the AP on these?
-3.
-3. So we've got 4 6-up saves.
He shot his brothers. He's upset.
Failed all of those, and then the 1 6-up save for that failed that one. So it's the 3 each. Yeah, he is totally dead. Does he explode? He does. Does he explode? Let's find out. All right, so all those units suffered 1 mortal wound, which put both those characters down to 1, and then killed a Bloodletter. All right, so now that Intercessor is going to attack into his Bloodthirster over there. I've got 3 attacks because it's the Sergeant there, hitting on 3s. Okay, 1 hit. Wounding on a 5. That's a wound. Regular save, 3-up, save. No, he takes a... Wow, that guy's going to go down in the annals of history there. All right, so now my Vengeance is going to try to get vengeance for hurting him over there. So he's going to have 3 base attacks +1 attack because of Scarbrand making him angry. So that's going to be 4 attacks hitting on 3s. All right, 2 hits, wounding on 5s. Getting 1 wound, 1 regular save. 3-up is good. And now my Whirlwind is going to have 4 attacks into him on 6s. Getting 1. That's a wound. And that is a save. All right, so now this Intercessor squad is going to fight back against his Demon Prince over there. 9 attacks hitting on 3s. All righty. Pretty good. But now, wounding on 5s. Ooh, get back here. Wounding on 5s. That is 1 wound. Oh, 1 second. They were within 6 inches of the lieutenant over there, so they get to re-roll those wounds. Getting an additional wound there, so that's going to be 2 wounds. 2 regular saves.
Khorne's a nice god.
And he takes a wound. All right, so that's the end of the Khorne turn here on turn 3. So my Intercessor over here has to take a morale test. He lost 4 guys, 4+. 6 is going to run unless I can re-roll because of, and they shall know no rules. 5 is 11, so he's still a 9. 9. Oh, 9 is just more. So he does run away over there. And then your Bloodletters over there have a morale test to take. Yeah, so they lost 2 guys. Leadership 7.
6.
So 6. No, not a 1. Not a 6. Nothing happens. All right. So that is it for Khorne turn here on turn 3. We will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 3. All right, so in the movement phase, these guys are going to try to fall back, but because they're within 8 inches of Scarbrand, I need to roll to see if they can. So we're going to go with the Whirlwind first. He 8, no, that's 9, so he cannot fall back. He's going to be stuck there. And the Vengeance is, wow, still stuck there as well. That is a brutal, brutal rule.
It is.
All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here. My Razorback stood still. My lone Devastator in the building stood still. These guys had to stay in combat here with Scarbrand. Guys, come on. I know you know no fear, but you have to have some smarts, right? Over here, these intercessors do have smarts and fell out of combat with that demon prince. Everyone else around here stood still. And that's it. That's all I've got left. So we will come back to you with the psychic phase. So starting off the psychic phase, he is going to cast Smite into the demon prince over here. It goes off with a 6. I don't think anyone's around that can deny it. So D3, 1 second. The Armor of Scorn actually lets him deny that, so looking for a 7. No, not getting it. So D3 mortal wounds is going to be 2 mortal wounds. All right, so now he is going to try to mind wipe Scarbrand again. So here we go. Need 7 to go off. It does go off. Now we roll a D6 at our leadership. His leadership is -1 now because of the previous mind wipe. So he is going to be leadership 8. I'm leadership 9. But he is way higher than me, and he's good to go. Start of the shooting phase, my Razorback here is going to fire into his Bloodthirster. 12 shots from the Twin Assault Cannon, hitting on 3s because he didn't move. All right, that one's cocked. So that is going to be 2 misses there. These are now going to be strength 6, so looking for 5s to wound. All right. That's pretty good. I'll take that. That's going to be 5 wounds at AP -1, so 5 4-ups. Making all but 2 of them. All right, so now my Devastator here is going to fire into his demon Bloodthirster over here. So I'm going to supercharge. So looking for D3 shots. 1 shot.
Come on, show me a 1.
Hitting on a 3. Don't show him a 1. Yeah, that's a hit. Wounding on a 3. That's a wound.
4-up invul?
4-up invul save? No, goes through, so he takes 2 wounds. And now my Devastator squad here is going to fire into his Demon Prince over here. I got 9 shots from the 3 guys that are left there, hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s to hit, but no need. These are now strength 5, toughness 6, so looking for 5s to wound. Rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant. So that is going to be 4 wounds, AP -1, so 4 4-ups. And he fails 3 of them, and he is dead. And that is Slay the Warlord. All right, my lieutenant's going to fire into the Bloodthirster with his Mastercrafted Bolter. So 1 shot hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Wounding on a 5. That is not a wound. All right, so that is it for the shooting phase. We will now go into the fight phase because I am not charging with anybody. So we're going to go with my Vengeance first, see if he can get some Vengeance. 4 attacks because he's angry because of Scarbrand. Okay, not angry enough, apparently. 1 hit. Wounding on a 5. Nope, no wound there. All right, so now Scarbrand is going to go. He's going to put 4 attacks and 4 attacks because he's got 7 base now with his profile, minus +1 because of his scary rule. So he's going to put 4 attacks and 4 attacks. He's going to do the Mighty Strike one. So these are going to be hitting on 4s because he's at 2nd profile, which makes him 3s, -1 because of the first mind wipe onto him. So this is going to be onto the Vengeance first. So hitting on 4s.
6s generate additional hits.
6s are additional hits. So that's 3 hits, 4 hits.
Yep.
4 hits out of 4, even though he had the 1 miss. So this is now strength a bajillion, right?
Yeah,
so
14.
Strength 14, which is enough to make it wounding on 2s. That is going to be 3 wounds there. 3 AP -4s. Oh, -4. So that's going to go through.
D6s.
And D6s. Yeah, it is totally dead. Does it explode, though?
Don't explode.
Oh, man. Okay. The reason this is ridiculous is not just because that's ridiculous how many times my vehicles exploded, but at the beginning of the game, my opponent told me about the last game that he played that his opponent's vehicles just blew up every time. He said that he was playing against AdMac and he spent 2 of them, he spent the command points to blow up, but the rest of them were all just 6s. So I was like, well, this is probably be different.
Nope.
We rolled randomly chose randomly for the mission. And he was like, oh, that's the mission I played where all the vehicles blew up and were killing me all the time.
8 vehicles.
And 8 vehicles blew up and killed him all the time. So now, apparently my vehicles heard that news and they're like, oh yeah, blowing up sounds like an awesome idea. So we'll figure this one out. All right, so it's each unit within D6 inches. Within 6 inches, of course, it's D3 mortal wounds. So I think it's going to be Scarbrand, it's going to be the Bloodthirster, and it's going to be my Whirlwind over here. So we'll do my Whirlwind first. He's going to take 3 mortal wounds into Scarbrand. He's going to take 1 mortal wound, and into his Bloodthirster over there is 2 mortal wounds. All right, so now his other attacks into my Whirlwind over here. So he's going to have 4 attacks hitting on 4s. All right, so that's 1 hit, Wounding on a 2. That is a wound.
-4.
-4, so that just goes straight through, doing
damage.
1 damage. And now my whirlwind has 4 attacks back into him. That is 2 hits. Oh no, they're on 6s. He doesn't get anything. And that's it for the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 3. We'll come back to you after movement phase for Khorne here on turn 4. All right, so movement phase for the Khorne here on turn 4. His Bloodthirster stood still over here. His Bloodmaster stayed back on the objective back here, and his Skull Taker, yeah, Skull Taker and the Bloodletters moved up this way, and Scarbrand stayed in combat there. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so now his Bloodthirster is going to lash into my Razorback over here, and he's going to flame into my Devastator over here. So we're going to do the whip first. Yep. So looking for a 6 at this point. Nope, the opposite. And then the Flamer.
D6.
D6. 1 hit. That's all you need.
3s. Nope.
No, he needs more than a 1. Wow,
That's
3 ones in a row. Woo. All right, so now the Skull Cannon is going to fire into my Devastator squad over there. So D6 shots. Getting 1 shot. Oh, man. Get another dice. You need another dice there. All right, this is going to be hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Wounding on a 2. That's a wound.
-2.
AP -2, +1 because in cover, looking for a 4 up. And I make it with a Filfers. Woo! And now the other Skull Cannon is going to fire into this squad, Devastator squad as well. So, D6 shots. Getting 5 shots. Hitting on 3s. Getting 5 hits. That's a little bit better than the last one. Wounded on 2s. And that is all wounds. That's 5 wounds. AP -2, so we've got 5. 4 ups because they're in cover. And I make 3 of them, so 2 of them are dead. All right, that's it for shooting into the assault phase. His Bloodthirster is going to charge into my Razorback, who's going to fire Overwatch. 6s. Getting 3 of them. These are now going to be wounding on 5s. Getting 1 wound, AP -1. And he's good. And his charge distance over here.
All right.
And he's totally in. All right, the Bloodletters here are now going to charge into my Devastator here, into my Lieutenant here, and into my Primaris Librarian over here. So we're going to go with the Heavy Bolter first for the Overwatch. That is 1 hit. That is not a wound, but he's within 6 inches of the Lieutenant, and a double 1. And now the Lieutenant, Mastercrafted Bolter. Nope. And then the Librarian. That's not a hit either. So their charge distance is not in, but they're near a character there, so they get to re-roll that. And 8 inches is in. And the Skull Taker is going to try to charge into my 2 characters over here. Charge distance is in.
Yeah, how much?
All right, so now we're going to activate the Bloodletters. So we're going to start with 2 guys who are attacking into my Devastator over there. So we're going to have 5 attacks because one of them is their leader. Hitting on 2s because Skull Taker is down there. So that's all hits. Strength +1, so strength 5. Looking for 3s to wound.
And -3.
At -3, so that is going to be 5, 6 ups. Yep, no, he did.
So.
And then 3 guys into my Primaris Librarian. There are 6 attacks coming in here. Hitting on 2s because of the Skull Taker. Hitting on 3s because he has the Shroud of Heroes. So, hitting on 3s. Pretty good, all but 2 hits. These are now going to be wounding on 3s because of strength +1.
6s are 2 damage apiece.
6s are 2 damage apiece. All right, so that's 2 that are 2 damage apiece.
And 1 at 1.
1 at 1 damage. So we'll do the 1 AP -3, so 6 up. Ooh, he's good with that one. I could have used him on these ones that are 2 damage apiece. Fail those 2, so he's down to, like, I think 1 wound. All right, yeah, he is down to 1 wound. So now Skull Taker's going to attack into my Lieutenant. He's got 5 attacks because of Khorne shenanigans.
Hitting on 2s.
Hitting on 2s, re-rolling. Because it's a character. That's all hits.
Wounding on 3s.
Wounding on 3s, re-rolling because of it being a character.
And 6s are crazy.
6s are crazy, but no 6s. But re-rolling wounds.
Nope.
Nope. So that is 4 wounds.
At -3.
4 at -3, so 4 6 ups. And I failed all of them, and he is 12 damage. Yeah, he's kind of dead. Now his Bloodthirster is going to attack in here. He's got 2 attacks, base now at his lowest profile, +1 because he charged in and is Khorne. So here we go. We've got 3 attacks here. Hitting on twos now. Still twos on weapon skill?
Yep.
Oh, killer. That's
skill.
pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Ballistic skill goes down.
Sixes are additional wound.
Sixes are additional ones, so that's 3 hits.
He is strength 8, 11.
Strength 11, so looking for 3s to wound. That is 1 wound. AP minus 3 or 4? AP minus 4, so that just goes straight through D6 damage.
One
damage.
Hitting on 4.
All right, so now Scarbrand is going to be attacking into my whirlwind. He's still at base. He's got 7 attacks base at this profile, and +1 because of his scary roll. Attacking into here, hitting on 4s because of all the other nonsense that's been going on with him.
6 are additional.
6s are additional hits, so that's an additional hit there. And hitting on 4s, so that's going to be 5 hits out of the total there. These are now going to be strength
14.
Strength 14, which is wounding on 2s. All right, so that is 5 wounds. AP minus 4, so those all go through. D6 damage each, right? Yeah, he is totally dead. 22. Does he explode? Oh, man, let's see.
YOLO.
YOLO. No, okay, finally something doesn't explode. And now my intercessors that he consolidated into are going to attack back, so we've got 9 attacks hitting on 3s. Alrighty. Wounding on 3s. Not getting the reroll because my lieutenant is dead, so that is 4 wounds. 4 5-ups. Failing to all 4 of them.
Yes.
Now my Razorback gets to attack back. 3 attacks hitting on 6s. Getting nothing. Alright, and he took away the guys there, so my Primaris Librarian does not get to attack. So, at the end, that's the end of the turn here. He has a morale test with his Bloodletters. They lost 4 plus. 2 is good to go, but doesn't gain anything but the 1 that would have happened. So, that is it for the Khorne turn here on turn 4. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 4. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 4. My Primaris Librarian is coming over this way. YOLO. My Intercessors are moving up over this way. My Razorback fell back forward, and then my Devastator stood still. And that is it for the movement phase. So we will come back to you with the Psychic phase. All right, so now we're going to start off with Smite into Scarbrand over here. Goes off with a 9, trying to deny it. No, does not deny it, so D3 mortal wounds into 3 mortal wounds. And now he's going to Mind Wipe into Scarbrand. He's getting in his brain. He's in there rent-free. No. Oh, 7. Yes, 7 does go off. I saw the 1. I thought it wasn't happening, but the 1 does. So, now we have rolling off. I get +1 to this roll because of him being -1. No. Oh, yes, I do get it because of the +1. Yep. Because he's -1 leadership because of that. So it does go off. So now he's -2 to his leadership and his ballistic skill and his weapon skill. Wow, killer. All right, start off the shooting phase. My Primaris Librarian is going to shoot his pistol into the Bloodletter up there. Hitting on a 3. That's a hit. That is not a wound. And now my Devastator is going to supercharge into the Bloodthirster over here. D3 shots, 2 shots. These are hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. That is 1 wound. AP minus 3.
Good.
And he's good with a 6. So now my Intercessors are going to fire. 1's going to fire into the Bloodletter. 3 are going to fire into the Skull Taker. We're going to go with the Skull Takers first, hitting on 3s. They did move. Oh, no need to reroll anyway. Wounding on 4s. So that is 3 wounds. AP minus 1, +1, but he still, his invul save is probably better.
5 up.
5 up. No, and he is dead. And now the 1 guy into the Bloodletter. That's 2 hits. That is 1 wound. AP minus 1, 5 up, invul save. Oh, and he's good. All right, my Intercessors are going to charge into his Bloodletter over there in the assault phase, and they're in. And now my Primaris Librarian is going to charge into Scarbrand, show him how it's done. Here comes his scream. Getting 3 hits. This is auto hits. Wounding on strength 5, so wounding on 3s. Getting 2 wounds. Oh man, I need to make both of these. He's got 1 free reroll because of his Warlord trait, but if I fail both, he's totally dead. If I fail 1, there's still a pretty decent chance that he's dead. So here we go. 4 up saves. Yeah, and he's good. Woo! Not boo. Woo! Not boo. Woo! And his charge distance is totally in. All right, so now my Primaris Librarian is attacking to Scarbrand here. He's got 4 base attacks +1 because Scarbrand's really making him angry. All right, hitting on 3s. Oh, yeah, he's really angry. Strength 4, wounded on 5s. Oh, getting 2. AP -3, so 2 4-ups. 2 5-ups. Oh, 1 goes through. D3 mortal wound. Not mortal wounds, just D3 wounds because it's a 4 sword. Oh, and 3, and Scarbrand is dead. And now my intercessors are going to attack into his bloodletter. These are hitting on 3s. Ooh, not great. Wounding on 3s. Getting 1 wound. 5 up. Oh, no, and he goes down. And that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 4. We will come back to you after a movement phase for Khorne here on turn 5. All right, movement phase for Khorne. His Bloodmaster here is looking over at my, moved over here, looking towards my Devastator over here. His Bloodthirster is moving up over this way. His eyes set on my Primaris Librarian. And then his Skull Cannons stood where they were. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so over here, we're going to have the Skull Cannon. The first one's going to fire into my Razorback over here. D6 shots. Getting 3 shots. These are going to be hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits. Strength 8, so wounding on 3s. That is 1 wound. AP -2. 1 5-up save. He's good with a fill face. And the second one's going to do it. D6 shots. Getting 3 shots. Hitting on 3s. That is no hits. All right, so now his Bloodthirster here is going to use his Hellflame and the Whip of whatever into my Primaris Librarian here. So we're going to do the Blood Flail, the Whip first. Oh, it hits with a 6. That's what he needed. Strength 8, so wounding on 1 second. We'll find out. All right, so looking for a 2 up. That is a wound. AP -3, so looking for a 6 up. Show me that fill first. No, and he is dead. All right, so now my Devastator is getting charged by his Bloodmaster over there. So Overwatch, D3 shots, not going to supercharge. 1 shot on a 6. No hit. So his charge distance
8 inches.
8 inches. No, not getting in. He's going to reroll because he can, because he's a character. Ooh, just short. And I forgot to say that was Slay the Warlord.
Vehicles around.
And now his Bloodthirster is going to charge into my intercessors over here. 10 shots, Overwatch, hitting on 6s. Getting a couple. Wow, getting a bunch of hits. There we go. Half. There we go. Hitting on 4s apparently. Wounding on 5s. Whoa. Yeah, that's more like it. 2 wounds. AP -1, so 2 4-ups. He makes 1 of them. And he needs a 10-inch charge. Does not get it. Gonna re-roll. Oh, still doesn't make it. And that is it for the Khorne turn here on turn 5. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 5. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 5. My intercessor stood still on their objective over there. My Razorback moved up over there, and my Devastator stood still. And that is it for the movement phase. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, the intercessors are going to fire into his Bloodthirster over here, hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because they did stay still. All right, these are now going to be wounding on 5s. Getting a fair number. Wow, really good there. So 5 wounds, AP -1, so 5 4-ups. No, and he dies. And now my Razorback's going to fire into his Bloodmaster over there, hitting on 4s because he moved. All right. Nope, he's still up there. You had other things to worry about other than him for a long time. Yeah. A while ago. Wounded on 3s. All right, so that is going to be 5 wounds at AP -1.
5-ups.
5-ups. Making, oh no, he is dead. All right, so that's the end of turn 5 here. At the end of turn 5, my opponent went first, so he is going to roll. Oh yeah, that's right. So at this point, that's the end of the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 5. I got a little ahead of myself. I've got over here, I am on an objective, on my objective back here at home. My Devastator is still up here. He is just out of range of that objective in the middle there, and he's with his 2 Skull Cannons are sitting back on his home objective back there. So, at the end of turn 5, my opponent rolls to see if we go on. On a 3-up, we will go on. And we will go on to turn 6. So we'll come back to you after I mean, he's not going to move. So we'll come back to you with the shooting phase for Khorne here on turn 6.
Maybe I want it.
All right, so the first skull cannon is going to fire into my Razorback over here. D6 shots, 5 shots. Pretty good, hitting on 3s.
You got one job.
He's got 1 job. Let's see if he can do it. Pretty good, not bad. 3 hits.
Okay.
Wounding on 2s.
3s.
3s, wounding on 3s. That's 2 wounds.
-2.
-2, so 2 5-ups. And I make 1 of them, so it's 2 damage. Oh no, D3 damage into 1 damage. And now the second one is going to fire into him over here. So that's 5 shots. Hitting on 3s. That is 3 hits.
Average again.
Wounding on 3s. That is 3 wounds.
All right.
3 5-ups. And I failed 2 of them. 2 D3, 4 wounds. So he's down to 1 wound. All right, so that's it for the Khorne turn here on turn 6. Turn 6, yeah. So we're on movement phase for the Dark Angels. Yeah, he's just gonna go right there. And that is the end of the Dark Angels turn on turn 6. So I will now roll to see if we go on to a turn 7. If we go into a turn 7, it's not looking good for him. And I'm not in a great, I mean, I don't know. I don't even know what to do. So here we go. We will now roll to see if we go into a turn 7. Looking for a 4-up to go into turn 7. Oh, and we do. So we'll come back to you with the shooting phase for Khorne here on turn 7. All right, so first one is going to shoot into him over here. D6 shots. 1 shot. Oh, boy. Hitting on a 3. No hit there. And now the second guy into him. Oh, 6 shots. He's more, he's ready and raring.
There's
Here we go.
2 people here.
There's 2 people there. That's what it is. hitting on 3s. All right, so you get 4 hits.
All right, slightly above average.
Wounding on 3s. Oh,
wow.
no wounds. That is killer.
I want to make a 46 charge.
Yeah, he's going to make a 46 charge over here. Oh, man, that is killer. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how this game ends, because I'm just going to sit on here in the end of turn 7. I get 2 points for this, 1 point for that. He gets 1 point for that. We both have Slay the Warlord. He had first blood, which means that I win by 1 point. It's 4-3. So I win with 4-3. A brutal game, but a ton of fun. There is plenty of blood for the Blood God, plenty of skulls for the Skull Throne. This was a killer game. This was a ton of fun. I had a blast. This is the first time I've played against Khorne, and man, they were brutal. They are super fun. They are crazy cool. I mean, after that first turn when I knew I had to spread him out, and then he comes in and just eats up all of my scouts. And I was like, oop, there goes my screen. So then he drops in on his, on my turn 1, when I got to go there, I massacred all those forces in the front there, and I was like, all right, well, this is going to go downhill, I think, pretty quick for him. But no, because in comes most of his army, deep striking in and making all those charges and just like slaughtering my guys. Oh, it was killer. But his Skull Thrones needed to hit better is what they needed to do, because they couldn't. They're fired. They're not being brought back. They're just going to close the warp. They're going to just leave them there for the Dark Angels to do whatever they want with them.
More hand-to-hand.
Yeah, need more hand-to-hand. So, man, that was a killer. That was a ton of fun, though. Yeah, so I hope you guys have all enjoyed it. I certainly have. I have been Phil the Glacial Geek, as always. My opponent's been Cosper, and until next time, have fun.